What's going on, guys? Welcome to another 9 to 5 escape video. I'm Joey.
And I'm Chris, and we got Rex behind the camera. So the last city we checked out in Thailand was Koh Lanta. So in this video, we'll talk about our favorite things that we did there. So let's get into it.
So this is our fourth and our last set of Thailand videos. If you haven't seen the other ones yet, they're down below in the description. So Koh Lanta was more of a secluded island. It's down in the south of Thailand where most of the beaches and the ocean is, basically. The rest of Thailand is more city living. This is more relaxed, hang back, relax on the beach, soak in the sun, get in the water, cool off. Koh Lanta is more on the southwest side of the peninsula of Thailand. It's quite far from any kind of main city. The closest city to fly into is Krabi. It's an international airport, but it's another 2-hour drive from the airport to the island. We actually did a charter bus, I guess, and it was $200 to rent the whole thing out for as many people as you want. I think up to like 8 people. So we ended up splitting it, and it was pretty cheap. You can't actually get to Koh Lanta by car. You actually have to ferry over. So we took the charter bus onto the ferry, ferried across, and then drove to the island. We actually had to pay for the ferry too, which was another $1 a person. So it's pretty cheap to get there, but again, it's quite the journey, but well worth it when you get there.
A lot of traveling just to get to Koh Lanta.
Yeah, even though it was just, I think an hour and a half flight, ended up taking us the whole day of travel to get there.
Yep. First thing we did in Koh Lanta was do a 4-island tour. That you could do like snorkeling, check out some different islands. They do feed you lunch on the beach.
We had the option of taking a speedboat or a longtail boat. The speedboat was, in my opinion, a better option. They like to pack the boats. There was probably, I don't know, maybe 20 people on our boat, but they had 3 big 250 horsepower outboard motors on this thing, and we hauled across the ocean.
Yeah. You are able to snorkel. We did it at one of the sites that we went to. They give you plenty of time just to kind of venture around, kind of check out all the different corals that were forming underwater there.
Some of the islands we stopped at, actually, I don't know, I wouldn't really call them islands. They're more like rock outcrops in the ocean. They're
like
pretty cool to
formation.
see. Yeah, like you couldn't stop and hang out on a beach there. They were just like this like spire looking thing coming out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
But a good place to snorkel around where, a lot of the fish were hanging out and living around.
Exactly. Another part that you could check out is the Emerald Cave. Basically, it's one of those rock formations that they'll take the boat up to. They'll let you out in the water, and basically you're just swimming through this cave. It gets pitch black in there. Your guides will have some flashlights with them. Basically, you'll go through this cave, and you'll come out inside in the middle of the rock formation, and there's going to be like a little secluded beach inside there. Right. Very interesting to see.
It's just like the hollowed out core of that rock formation, and it's like you're looking up the sides of the inside of a volcano. I don't really know how it was formed, but it's pretty insane.
And like the complete inside was covered in vegetation. There's so many birds hanging around in there.
Vines, trees just growing out of the side of the rock.
Definitely something to check out. So the next portion of the trip is they'll basically take you to another island where it was a nice white sand beach, water crystal clear. You did have the opportunity to go snorkeling around the beach areas, and that's where they did feed us some lunch. So after swimming all day, you definitely get an appetite, and they feed you a nice big lunch. So
yeah, it seemed like home cooked too. It was kind of like probably some old lady somewhere cooked it for them, packaged it up, and sent them along.
Mm-hmm. Then the 4th island was basically just lounge around, snorkel if you want to.
The water there was like insanely warm. I mean, I've been to Hawaii, and that's pretty close to the equator too, and it's still a little chilly to get in, but Thailand was the only place I went to where you just get straight into the water and it's like the perfect temperature. Yeah. Not too hot, not too cold, not wearing a wetsuit. It's not California. So the second favorite thing we did was actually bar hopping. They have a lot of like nice restaurants and bars along the beach, right up against the beach where you can just sit. They've got tables and chairs in the sand, and it seemed like they had a happy hour all day. Yeah. We'd go normal happy hour time, like 4 to 6, and they'd be serving cheap drinks. We'd go at 8 to midnight. They'd be serving drinks still for really cheap. And they'd have these menus that were like stocked full of every kind of tropical drink you could think of. Probably a list of 50 or 60 different drinks.
Yeah. And while you're drinking those nice drinks, they do have some fire shows going on.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they have these guys that would soak, like a ball and chain in some like kerosene or something, or have like a stick, a baton that was lit and stuff like that. So they'd be twirling those, and you get a little show while you're drinking and hanging out at night. So when the sun would go down, they actually have a lot of fishing out near the island. You'd see these boats out on the horizon. They have these like green lights on that simulate sunlight for the fish. So they kind of lure them in and they trap them all. It's kind of weird the first night you get there. You just see all these eerie green lights, like some UFOs out there or something. We actually had to ask someone what it was because we had no idea. Most of those bars are actually on the west side of the island. So we didn't go to the east side, but the west side is a great place.
So another thing to check out is basically you just walk along the beach. There's a lot of different things you could do there. They have a lot of activities such as soccer, volleyball, snorkeling. They got all types of equipment that you could just pretty much use and just have fun out there.
Yeah, the resorts are pretty open to people just walking up and using their things.
Yep. And they do have a lot of dinner places to go there. I recommend going around sunset time, just because eating dinner and watching the sunset there it's pretty spectacular to see. Definitely recommend doing that.
Our last favorite thing we did, and actually last part of the trip, was go to breakfast at this place called the French Bakery. There's actually quite a few French people on the island, and this one place is owned by a French guy that serves this like amazing breakfast. It's a platter of sorts where you get a chocolate croissant, you get coffee or tea, you get fruit with it, you get like a ham and cheese croissant. It's this full spread for, I think it was like $8. It was steal. Probably the best breakfast I ever had. I'm not even a big breakfast person, but
it was really good.
Yeah.
Thanks guys for tuning into our Koh Lanta video. Be sure to follow us on our Facebook and Instagram. Also check out our website 9to5escape.org just to check out our blogs and that we go into more details about our trips to Thailand.
Yeah, that'll be in the description below if you want to check that out. If you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you have any other questions or comments, leave it down below in the comment section. We'll reply. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. And to get notifications for our future videos, hit that bell icon. See you next time.
Thanks, guys.